Until the individuals that are running certain agencies get, removed or start doing what needs to be done, we're going to continue to. It comes down to border security. And we're extremely grateful to President Trump, and we fully support what he is doing to take care of our nation's borders, to take care of the future of this United States. You all got to ask yourself this question. If I come to your home, do you want me to knock on the front door, or do you want me to climb through that window? You're seeing this because this is what a lot of the news media will constantly show. The agency themselves will bring politicians and individuals out here so they can see, look, we have much better structure. We have the razor wire, which is true, but they won't bring you all the way to the area where we're at right now. If you just walk around this way, you will see this continues to be the divider between the United States and Mexico. I grew up in a small town, a border town called Douglas, Arizona. I grew up seeing Border Patrol do their job. I've always seen Border Patrol out here. I've always seen law enforcement, and I've always gravitated towards that. I was born in Mexico. My dad was an immigrant. My dad migrated here legally. My dad just always taught us, to be grateful to being in this country. I think that was the foundation that helped me get to where I'm constantly at. I grew up on the border. I was born on the border. I was raised on the border. I've worked on the border. I know what's happening out here. We have better structure here than in a lot of areas. The razor wire came about after President Trump decided to enact, putting a better security here. A lot of times what we would see is these groups would come up to here. You can see the slots, and sometimes what they would do is they would weld pieces of iron on the south end, and they'd climb it similar to a ladder, and then they would just rappel down. What I want people to understand is it's not just a bunch of dumb farmers over there doing this. They're very organized. It's a very organized criminal organization. You can be a criminal and have a criminal background in your country, and you come in here illegally, and we could technically check you through our system. But if you've never been here and you've never committed a crime in the United States, your record's going to show clean, not knowing what crimes you've committed in your country. We're seeing people in Mexico renting their kids out because they know that exposes a loophole within immigration, which is the Flores ruling, which means you can't detain these children longer than 20 days. Then that child goes back to Mexico, they rent them out again. This area has been notorious for drugs coming into the country for as long as I can remember. These individuals that are smuggling people and drugs into the country, they're extremely sophisticated. They have night vision. They're able to set up towers and communicate longer distances at times so they can find out what's going on. A lot of the illegals that we're seeing come across is not just people from Mexico, it's people from Central America. The process of sending them back to their home country is different, so we have to detain them longer. I specifically can tell you that I've seen the same guy deported, Mexican nationality, during the last administration 17 times. There's a sewage pipe that pretty much busted on the Mexican side. It's been busted for years now. It's been estimated at times that as much as 40,000 gallons of raw sewage is spilling into the U.S. So you have ranches out here that depend on the wells. And you've had this human feces and sewage coming into the United States. So they did have a solution for this raw sewage that was coming into the United States. And what they did is they placed several different chlorine tablets, 40,000 gallons, and they threw chlorine tablets. When you're patrolling in the day, your vision is a lot better. At night, it's a lot more difficult. You count on different equipment to be able to patrol this area. A lot of our drug smugglers, this is the area where they like to work sometimes at night, and they push their product in because they know it's more difficult. I can't call for backup and say I'm in the middle of 5th Street and 6th Avenue. You're in the middle of nowhere. The first group I ever apprehended by myself, fresh out of the academy, was a group of 80. You have to wait there and wait for some of the backup to arrive, and You have to wait for transport. This area where we're at holds the record, the national record for the amount of illegal aliens that were apprehended in 1 year. We're having trouble getting agents up here. And a lot of the issues, obviously, and I've been very vocal about it. The National Border Patrol Council has been very vocal about the immigration issues for quite some time. So one of the issues that we fell into was Border Patrol agents received a pay cut. No other individual within CBP did. They're young agents, Far East. You put them in an area that's not easy to work. The hours are long, and you're far away from any type of real civilization. So it's easy for them to transfer to other areas within the department where it's better for them, for their social life and what be it. We need more politicians that are behind us. We need more media that's willing to tell the story. And we need more managers within our own agency that are willing to be leaders and lead from the front. I know America is not perfect. I don't think anyone's going to tell you it is. But it's better than anything else. And we need to preserve that. We need to preserve that because it's the only country that has individuals constantly wanting to break in, you would say, not be detected and remain here. If we open our borders, if we lower our vetting process, then is America going to be as great as it has always been, or are we diminishing it?